TIFU. My girlfriend was right. I almost got us into a road rage incident. Every time I honk the horn or flash my lights, my girlfriend gets upset thinking I'm going to spark some road rage. The other day I'm driving her car and flash a guy in front of me for doing something stupid as I'm turning off the main road to head home. We're getting close to her house, talking about something she forgot to buy, when I see the guy absolutely flying after me. He's tailgating, flashing, flipping me off. We get to a stoplight and he pulls up next to me in the turn lane with his window open, yelling and waving wildly. The light changes almost immediately and I take off thinking he's gone, but he cuts off the car behind me and is right back behind me again. Amazingly, my girlfriend just kept talking, totally oblivious, but we're getting close to the last turn home and there's no way I'm going to let him find out where we live, so I drive on past. She's like, "What?" And I said, "Well, I thought you wanted to go back to the store for that." I'm dying for a couple seconds, but she says, "Okay." I take the next turn back, and then another and the guy is still following me. Now I'm sweating bullets, thinking I really do have to tell her, when suddenly he veers off and is gone. I can't even tell you how relieved I was. We went back to the store and everything was fine. Too long did not read. Girlfriend has warned me about sparking road rage and she was right. We almost had an incident but somehow she didn't realize what was happening. Had to get this off my chest because I won't admit it to her even on my deathbed. I'm taking it to the grave. Question. Is flashing your lights commonly used to tell people they're driving like an asshole? I've only seen it used to let someone else go, letting people know they have their high beams on, or there's a speed trap ahead. I'd recommend especially not doing it when you're driving her car, because there's no telling when he'll notice her car again when she's out by herself. Hey, tell your girlfriend she was right. You're with a woman you can't admit you're wrong to? You think that's manly? Try again. Yup, a good rule of thumb is, there's probably always someone angrier or crazier than you at that current point in time. No offense to my fellow citizens, but especially in the US, it isn't worth the hassle of trying to let people know they're in the wrong, because folks have done the absolute worst for less reasons than just having lights shined at them. I hope part of your realization here is to stop doing the petty horn honking, light flashing. Really isn't worth it because you never know when it's going to be someone crazy who reacts the wrong way. But if it happens again, you should find a nearby police station and pull in there. If you are honking and flashing so much that your girlfriend is worried, then you are the road rager. Calm TF down. Today I fucked up by hiring an escort. So I was a virgin and hired an escort as my first experience. She was great, pretty and a really fit body. I'd say a person anyone would want to have sex with. The problem was that she was strictly all Mandarin. Me being Cantonese and Viet as my native background, understood absolutely nothing. This was my first fuck up. Communication was so hard, and we had to rely on speech to text translate. I've read and seen many posts on Reddit about performance issues. You can probably guess where this is going, but I didn't think it'd happen to me. I was horny, a virgin and didn't jack off for like 2 days, so I was raring to go. Well, we get started, she's playing with me and all feels well and I'm starting to get into the mood. But I also have absolutely no fucking idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like zero. Porn isn't really my go-to to actually learn to perform. Anyway, I try getting her in a 69 position, and I'm kinda just sticking my face down there while she's working on me. I use my tongue as best as I could think too, but I clearly have no idea what I'm doing and it just kinda kills the mood slowly cause I'm concentrating so much on going down on her. Out comes the condom and we try. I slip in for the first few thrusts but for some reason I'm getting more and more flaccid. She pulls out and we go back and forth with extremely broken English and glitchy speech to text and I've completely lost any drive at this point. I try to get her to maybe play with herself at this point cause hey, I like solo girl porn and maybe that might do something. Nope, nothing. She keeps trying and all of a sudden my time's almost out. I paid already for 2 shots and I haven't even done one. Well fuck. Okay, so she suggests just using her hand cause that seems to get the work done compared to what we've tried this whole time. In the end I finish and I profusely apologize to her and everything. So basically I paid to get jacked off with a hand and I dunno if it even counts as losing my virginity. I'm absolutely floored and embarrassed. I want to disappear. Too long did not read. Virgin, hire escort. Failed to get hard for the whole thing. Get jacked off like the sad person I am. Leave with questioning my existence and knowing I coulda just got myself off without spending the money. Edit. Thanks to you, Blixtwix and many others. I have already decided to go to a walk-in clinic tomorrow to get checked for STDs as well as asking for the PEP medication to help further reduce risks. Yes, I understand and fully acknowledge how incredibly stupid I was to go down on an escort, prostitute, but you have to understand that a million things were going through my mind at that point and what I defaulted to was, at least try to do something, I really appreciate all the comments both reassuring me and laughing at me. It helps me realize not do something so out of character again. FYI, I'm in Canada and 29, so use that information to criticize me based on how you see fit. PS, I'm incredibly conscious of my mouth now and I constantly feel dirty. The walk-in clinic cannot come faster. But I have to do it after work. It's understandable that you can't get in the mood with broken English and bad communication. Also, don't recommend 69 as the first position you try. Everything else aside. Rule number 1. Don't go down on an escort. Ever. People think the prerequisite to getting hard is to reserve energy, but in reality that's the second prerequisite. The first is feeling safe. Foreign language, authority figure, as being virgins and all, time limit, all make for a very not safe environment. Getting hard was so far down on the list of priorities in that moment for your brain. Edit. This story is pretty common for men globally and across time. That makes total sense. Sex isn't great when you're overthinking or distracted. The best sex is when you're in the moment and having a good time, having fun with it. Well, I'm gonna go get tested for STDs. If all goes well, you won't see an updated TIFU. Doesn't matter, had sex. Penis and vagina means you're not a virgin anymore. Try again, stud. Today I fucked up by using a magic eraser to remove a bar stamp. So last night I went out to the bar and as usual once you pay the entrance fee they give you a stamp to show you've already paid. I always put it below my palm on my wrist. Well, this morning when I was taking a shower and was doing the usual by trying to rub it off with my hand, but that way always leaves some ink behind that will come off over the next couple days. I noticed I had left a Mr. Clean magic eraser in the shower from cleaning it the day prior and thought, hey, that'll get all the ink off quickly. And in my defense, it did remove all the ink with a bit of scrubbing and I thought I was a genius. Well, a few minutes after getting out of the shower I felt a stinging pain on my wrist and when I looked, a bright red rash had appeared that hurts to touch. I tried putting lotion on it but hours later it's still very red, the skin is raised and anything that touches it stings. Too long did not read. Don't clean your skin with a magic eraser, it'll leave a painful rash. That's not a rash, you sanded off the layer of skin that had been dyed by the bar stamp. Yeah, that melamine works because it's an ultrafine abrasive. Owie. You sandpapered your skin off. So not only did you sand off your skin, you did it with the same thing you previously used to clean your shower. I mean, magic erasers are basically fine sandpaper. So you just sanded your hand. Oil or bar soap will get any ink off your skin if you use a scrubbing glove or even a handful of DALT mixed with it if you have no other exfoliator. Olive oil and salt mixed together will get spray paint off your hands too. Today I fucked up by finding my best friend's husband's emotional affair journal on our shared Google Drive. So I'm a 30-year-old guy, and I help my best friend, also 30, with her small business. We've been close for years, strictly platonic, and she gave me full access to her Google Drive last year so I could manage things like invoices and branding files. Over the weekend, I was organizing some folders when I came across a document named therapy_notes.doc. I assumed it was hers and clicked on it without thinking. Turns out, it was her husband's journal. I only read a few entries, but it was more than enough. He's been writing about an emotional affair he's having with a coworker, how he thinks he's falling in love with her, how guilty he feels lying to his wife, my best friend, but how he doesn't know how to stop. He says this woman makes him feel alive again. The most recent entry was just a few days ago. My friend talks about how much she trusts him, how happy she is, how she finally feels secure in her relationship, and here I am sitting on this awful secret. I haven't told anyone. I'm honestly not sure if I should stay quiet or blow everything up. Too long did not read. I found my best friend's husband's emotional affair journal by accident while helping with her business files and now I don't know if I should tell her. I agree with everyone saying you should tell your friend, but I have a question. Why would you read therapy notes that you think are your friends? Bit of an invasion of privacy emo. If I was the husband, I'm sure there are infinitely better places to leave his therapy notes that indicate he's cheating than a Google Drive account his wife uses for her small business. Therapy notes. Of course I'm clicking. Jesus fucking Christ. Either this is about disgusting people, especially or this is another frustrated writer testing their stupid AI sketches. Who are these boomers who are writing secrets on a shared Google Drive? I'm just going to address the part where you read the document. Sounds like you need to re-evaluate your boundaries with your best friend. The fact that you think it's okay to read her therapy notes, as you'd assumed, screams danger to me. You're too into this married couple's business. Why the fuck would you read your friend's therapy notes? You're a piece of shit.